Dear Mr. Santow, is genital integrity a fundamental human right of male children? Thank you for your reply to me. I am, however, amazed that you, representing Australia's national human rights institution, cannot answer, or have chosen not to answer, the simple question I asked. Is genital integrity a fundamental human right of male children? That is a fair and reasonable question to ask of any President or Commissioner at the Australian Human Rights Commission, whether the Commission has a policy or not. You are trained in human rights law. You know what the answer is, but have chosen not to answer me. Indeed, you are, presumably yourself, a distinguished expert in human rights law, with all your degrees and awards. You are conversant with all the international human rights instruments that should guarantee protection to Australian male children, such as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, and the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. Instead of directly answering my reasonable question, yes or no, you instead merely ambiguously refer to male genital mutilation as an important issue, and one that the Commission, apparently, has chosen not to address. You tell me that the Commission has not taken a policy position on male genital mutilation. It is clear that the Commission has a policy position on female circumcision, and it also has a policy position on protecting the genitalia of intersex children. Are you, then, telling me that the Commission has policy positions on both female and intersex children, but treats male children in a differential and unfavourable manner because of the gender they are born? Who decides the policy position at the Commission? You did not make this clear in your letter. Who is it? Who are the misandrist people that sets the policy position at the Commission, who turns a deaf ear, a blind eye, and keeps silent about genital integrity as a human right for male children? Former Sex Discrimination Commissioner Elizabeth Broderick told me that protecting male children from male genital mutilation was not a priority. Who made it not a priority? Who made the policy that boys should continue to be genitally mutilated where girls and intersex had their genital integrity valiantly defended by the Commission? Neither Broderick nor National Children's Commissioner Megan Mitchell spoke up for genital integrity as a human right for male children when, for example, underage boys in the Northern Territory, sitting near death in pools of their own circumcision blood, had to be airlifted to Darwin for life-saving emergency medical treatment. These commissioners would not have kept silent if a female child had received so much as a pinprick to her genitalia, let alone sitting in a pool of her own blood near death. The RSPCA has taken a policy position on the circumcision of animals. Indeed, they told me it is against Australian law to circumcise an animal of any gender, whether it be male, female, or intersex. National Children's Commissioner Megan Mitchell is on record as saying, when she was New South Wales Commissioner for Children and Young People, that the Commission has previously supported the position that there should be a medical need for a male child to be circumcised before proceeding with circumcision. This remains the Commission's position. So you're telling me that Megan Mitchell, as self-proclaimed champion of children's rights at the National Human Rights Watchdog, is now presiding as Australia's National Children's Commissioner and doesn't even have a policy in place to protect the genital integrity rights of the male children in her care, where she has definite policies in place to protect the genital integrity rights of the female and intersex children in her care? That Mitchell, who once upon a time, as New South Wales Commissioner for Children and Young People, actually championed genital integrity as a human right for male children, but has since changed her tune in accordance with discriminatory Australian Human Rights Commission policy? Is this what you are indeed saying? If this is what you are saying, then it is obvious that the policymakers at the Human Rights Commission are behaving in a discriminatory manner and treating male citizens, male taxpayers of Australia, in a differential and unfavourable manner, all because of the gender they were born. I can't help but notice that former Sex Discrimination Commissioner Prue Goward has never, in her later career as Minister for Family and Community Services and Minister for the Prevention of Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault, ever uttered a single word in defence of genital integrity as a human right for the male children of New South Wales. It's clear that, like Elizabeth Broderick, at no point has she ever even considered male genital mutilation to be a human rights violation or discrimination on grounds of gender. You refer to male genital mutilation as an important issue, but at no point do you, as a qualified human rights lawyer, dare to describe male genital mutilation as a human rights violation. You would have no qualms about calling female circumcision a human rights violation, and you have personally given speeches where forced gender reassignments perpetrated upon defenseless and non-consenting intersex children were described as human rights violations. So why are you making an exception for defenseless and non-consenting children that are, through no fault of their own, born male? Again, I ask you to please clarify this matter for me. Is genital integrity a fundamental human right of male children? And who is it at the Commission or elsewhere that sets the policy position you take that are so mean-spirited, so despicable, and so misandrist that they would leave male children to go undefended as far as genital integrity as a human right was concerned? Who would deliberately ignore Australia's responsibility to defend male children's rights to genital integrity when, as I said earlier, such rights are clearly protected by several international human rights instruments to which Australia is co-signatory? Please answer my questions directly, honestly, and straightforwardly. With respect, I have no wish to become a pen pal asking this same question of you, like a broken record, over and over again. Is genital integrity a fundamental human right of Australian male children? Who decides that the Commission takes or does not take a policy position on male genital mutilation? Yours sincerely.